Hi, I'm Devam with Builder Innovator Media. I'm here with Eric with New Homestar for a closer look. If you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you. We're happy to be here. My name is Eric Ficke. I'm a Senior Business Development Manager with New Homestar.
We're going to dive in and just get a holistic look at what New Homestar offers for services towards builders.
So in essence, we are a national sales and marketing firm with an exclusive focus on the home building industry. We partner only with home builders, and through those partnerships, we've actually become the largest private seller of new homes in the nation.
When offering support in terms of sales enablement, how does that work for builders on your probably the most popular way that you see it?
Sure. We offer two core service or business models, if you will. Our primary one that has been since 2008, our inception, is what we call enterprise level outsource. In essence, we manage our home builder partners, all of their sales operations. We take over their sales operations. We not only provide the staffing, but we recruit, train, manage them, and pay them. And that is, I would say, our most popular as far as size.
Gotcha. So what does it look like when somebody signs up with you in terms of getting your sales team involved into their actual building process?
So we run, typically it's a 90-day program. We call it the implementation phase. And we run a 600-point checklist. There are lots of pieces that we want to ensure get done. We don't want to create any earthquakes. We have to learn our builder partners' systems and their processes. We adapt to our builder partner. We don't ask them to change anything, their CRM, their ERP systems, how they write their contracts. Are they a production builder? Are they production flex, semi-custom, custom, on your lot, master plan communities? We do it all. And we have to learn their processes so that way we can understand how to navigate those. We don't want to have them teach us over and over and over again how to do that. So we have that implementation team that will come in. And then for a lot of our builder partners, it's very reassuring when they hear that their existing team, we will actually adopt them. We will bring them into the fold. Typically, we're matching or exceeding their current compensation structure, which it prevents that earthquake effect from happening. And that typically happens towards the latter half of that 90 days. Our go live is a pretty hard set date, and we work really hard to do that because our builder partners they're planning on lots of things to occur during that time. We want to be mindful of when we do that in the year around holidays and things like that. So there might be slight adjustments to that 90-day plan, but typically same checklist, same 90 days, no matter what, if we were to move forward with an agreement.
Gotcha. And so when working with a builder and their existing sales team, are there resource training and different support that's offered to get them into the fold? And how does that work of bringing in your sales team and their sales team and then combining them together? Have you seen that to be very successful? Are there challenges associated with that?
There are. Sometimes the team that we adopt, some of them will self-select out, and we know that's going to happen. We raise the bar on what's required of a new home sales professional. At New Homestar, training doesn't stop. We require quarterly business plans. A lot of these sales individuals have executive level pay. And so we almost demand executive level responsibilities from them so they can take better ownership on the communities in their charge. And ultimately, not everyone is a fit for that. Sometimes they do fit and they appreciate the culture that we bring. Culture is a really big thing in New Homestar, a culture of motivation and support. We have national sales rallies and t-shirt contests, you name it. We're doing lots of things to drive that engagement from our sales professionals. But not everyone's a fit, and we anticipate that, and we can usually see that when it's going to happen on the horizon. We believe in hiring in advance of need. So sometimes what we'll do is if, let's say we're taking on a team of 8 sales professionals, we know maybe 3 or 4 of them maybe are going to self-select out in 90 to 120 days. We'll actually hire offsite an auxiliary team, not to upset that, hire in advance of need, have them trained up and ready to backfill those seats. so that way we don't have any dark days in our models for our builder partners. They don't want their models closed, and they don't want any staffing constraints.
Gotcha. I think a good thing to answer would be, what are some case studies or positions that builders may be in right now that would be a really good fit for this model?
Sure. We have one that we love case studies, and we ask our builder partners to participate in them so we can measure our efforts and our results. We have one with Elliott Homes where they saw a 250% increase in their sales, and for margins as well. We aim to not only help our builders sell more homes, but more homes more profitably. And that comes into a lot of strategies we employ to maximize all the profit generating centers that a builder has at their disposal. We have other case studies. We do have a secondary level of service that we offer. And we have a builder in Canada. We expanded into Canada recently in Calgary, Alberta. And through supporting their sales efforts with training, our proprietary technology platform, their first year partnered with us, they saw 100 net sales above plan. So we have other case studies too that speak to our online sales concierge, improving lead generation, things like that. But those are the two most recent ones that we performed.
How much time do you think this saves the exec team at a builder company?
We believe that we get the win when a division president or owner says, I don't have to worry about sales anymore. And we know that that's not where their expertise usually lies. Developing plans, acquiring better land acquisition, better positioning for their business, not only by relieving them of the overhead of having a sales team and freeing up that capital to invest it in other ways, but freeing up that time is profitable in its own right, because now they don't have to worry about sales. Sometimes some of our builders have outsourced their marketing to us as well, and they don't have to worry about that anymore. And they can put the focus where they truly desire it to be.
Gotcha. So now let's talk a little bit about marketing. I know we've talked about bringing in the sales team and working through sales enablement. How does that work on the marketing side of things?
We had to develop a number of departments within New Home Star to support our efforts over the years. And one of those was a marketing department. We have over 40 people in that team right now, graphic designers, digital strategy specialists, you name it. It's a full marketing agency. We can do social media. We can optimize websites. We have buyer segmentation modeling to ensure on-target marketing as well. So we're very strategic in our marketing. And we can either come in and true up and complement a builder's already existing marketing department, or for some of our builder partners, they have off-boarded that, really gone down to maybe a marketing coordinator, and we take over all of the other responsibilities, reducing that overhead as well, and providing that focus to drive the traffic, not just at a divisional level, but also at a community level as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a big thing is marketing itself, to get the most bang for your buck and to actually find it to be successful, is you can't just have three pieces of the whole pie. It
Right.
really does have to be an approach that it combines all of the different platforms, whether it be your newsletter, whether it be a video platform or YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and then how that kind of goes into your branding on site, at the community, at a model home tour. It all really does tie into one another. I think what we had talked about earlier is it's like building a bridge and then the middle of the bridge is not connected.
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there. So I would like to know, like, what do people tend to do more frequently with you? Is it to actually offboard the entire process and then they learn that, oh, we weren't even doing this, or this thing?
Right.
Or are builders able to tactically implement, those gaps that they may have, and they're able to kind of talk to you about, hey, these are our gaps?
It's a great question. So I would say that we knew very, very recently that not every builder wants to hand over the keys to their sales operations to us. They don't have a desire to. Let's say they aren't the right size. We do require a minimum threshold of revenue for us to be able to do a enterprise level partnership. Maybe they want to date before they get married and they want to test some things out. Or or they just see a lot of value in some of our offerings, but they still want to remain and keep that control of their sales team. And so we, about 3 years ago, we piloted our Builder Solutions group. And as we're growing as a company and we're very robust, we have over 500 employees, we have all these various departments, and to offer those services a la carte, to build more custom solution packages to true up some of those gaps. Marketing has really taken off. It has been one that we are signing more partnerships on. Recruiting has a big one too. We can save a lot of time when it goes to going through resumes and applications and those initial touches to save time for the sales leadership or those hiring managers who have a lot of other things on their plate that tend to spend a whole week going through applications. So marketing, recruiting, online sales concierge. We can help convert website traffic. We can provide more coverage than that on-site person is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Use chatbot, AI technology, things like that. So we're doing a lot of exciting things. Our Builder Solutions group has really grown. We have more builders in that than our enterprise, although the enterprise is much larger in volume. Over 20 builders now are currently in our Builder Solutions group. And if you looked at every single one of those, they're all different into what services they're using. Very customized, very a la carte, very tailored to their specific needs.
Gotcha. Do you have like a stack that you think is the most popular in terms of the Builder Solutions?
I would say the most common thing that we're seeing is access to our national training team and our coaches to come in and train and sharpen the saws of their salespeople, paired with recruiting to support that sales leader of that builder, or some of these builders who are not at the size to have a sales leader to true that up. That is the most popular, but then some of those are also using marketing or consulting. But the most popular we're seeing right now is recruiting and sales training and coaching, because we can go on site. We can do a lot of interesting things with the hands-on training.
That was going to be my next question, is what does that training look like? So it's on site. Is that also done virtually through different resources? And then what access does the sales team have to these resources in, I guess, like the amount of time that they're with you?
Sure.
Is it also based off of like time? Do you have like a period of time that this coaching is going to get taken place, or is this a lifelong strategy?
Sure. In 2010, we built a proprietary tech platform called New Home Connect. In essence, it was designed to connect new home sales professionals to a bevy of tools and resources. Our training actually starts there. We have module-based training, very bite-sized training segments that introduce the concepts. It allows us to ensure that the French fry tastes the same for our internal teams nationwide, but we opened it up through a SaaS subscription service about 2.5 years ago. And so a builder now can have their team of any size, 2, 20. We have one with over 150 salespeople in Texas, and they all have access to this platform 24/7, 365. There are additional classrooms and webinars. There's marketing collateral. They can produce competition studies. It's a very, very comprehensive platform we built internally to support our own efforts, and now we can open that up. And that's the foundation that our training and our coaching starts with, because then we bring in the plus part of our SaaS Plus offering is the human touch. You get a new home sales leader, someone who's actually led new home sales teams, decade minimum of experience and they've been with New Home Star for a minimum of 5 years, to act as a coach. Weekly touch points, bi-monthly touch points. We also come in and do a boot camp where we come into the builder on site, train on site for 2 days to introduce those concepts. And then some of our builder partners have us coming in and recurring on a monthly or quarterly basis, to just depending on what their needs are. We can ramp it up in that first 90 days to get everyone where they need to be, and then we can taper it back. It's very customizable. Most of our builders are in a 12-month program, and we have just seen our first slew of renewals that they're continuing to do it. Honestly, my hardest job is not demonstrating the value in our tools. It's really changing and shifting the mentality in our industry that builders need a line item for sales training. It needs to be an ongoing process. If anything the market has taught us in the last 3 years is saws need to be sharp. It's getting more and more competitive. And frankly, the buyers have an advantage now. And by ensuring that the teams are well equipped, that's really what sets us apart from other options as well. There's lots of training options out there, but we're the only ones who are actually frontline participants in the industry. Our tools, our resources, our training must be effective, because if it's not, our core business model doesn't work. We don't sell homes for our builder partners.
Yeah. And one thing we talk about at the summit here frequently is that with smart home automations and sales enablement and even marketing, there is so much that goes about just even one product. If you think about older thermostats, I mean, I'm dating myself on this very easy to understand concept, but
the one you turn.
Yeah. So you have like a very old style, simple thermostat. Okay, you can control the degrees. That's about it.
Right.
With the new ones, it's like, how do you pair it? You can pair it from your phone. You can have different heating and cooling cycles depending on the time of day. Those can be conjoined with different lighting setups. You can set up an environment that at a certain time period, you can basically night shift your home. And I think, how is the sales enablement and kind of sharpening this saw are you seeing with smart home automation, with smart home technology and these innovative practices? Do you find that people are able to stay up with how we're moving towards new smart products and innovative building with New Home Star?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, our builders are taking steps to improve their offerings, and we need to do that as well. Being able to not just demonstrate the value of a thermostat but understanding the why that would be valuable for a buyer. That lives in discovery. And I think a lot of salespeople forget the power of true discovery. And then I can tailor whatever features my home, if it's smart tech, if it's the way the home is designed, if it's the home site that it's sitting on, whatever feature we're highlighting, we believe at New Home Star that it needs to be tied down to an emotional hot button for the buyer to get emotional response. For me, when you were talking about that, that was convenience I was hearing. But for someone else, it might be prestige. It might be ego. For someone else, it might be family, that they buy that because of the benefit it affords to those who live in their home. And so that's just one of the ways that we approach sales training and new home sales, is that you don't just feature dump. I need to ensure that the feature that I'm going to speak about matters to that buyer. And then I need to tie it back to a why it matters to that buyer. So that's just one of the ways that we would approach something like that.
And you were in sales too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a product of New Home Star. I was a trainee. I wasn't a salesperson. I didn't like salespeople. I still don't like salespeople. But I was very personable, and I did the New Home Star 8-week training program that all of our new hires go through, especially the ones that are new to the industry. I had to also learn the builder systems and processes, and I sold for a number of years. And out the gate, I was putting up numbers about equal to, if not better than 20-year veterans. And so I'm passionate about what we do because I see the utility in it, because it worked. I saw it work. It not only worked in one market, it worked in numerous markets that I was in, selling and different product offerings as well. And the adaptability of our playbook, I think, is really where the value lies. And then we also provide a career path. So there is upward mobility within New Home Star, and I wanted to move up into management. And so I was able to become a sales manager, move up into a sales director. Largest team was over 20 sales professionals in Houston, Texas, which was a very competitive market in our industry. And we found major success there as well. And as I learned the industry and I learned New Home Star, it became very easy for me to get out and spread the word and speak to how our solutions can benefit builders of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, that's the ultimate case study right there.
There it is, right there.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for New Home Star?
We are continuing to expand and innovate ourselves and grow. We have began growing a land acquisition department to assist some of our builders in acquiring land and helping with the challenges there as well. We are looking into expanding our marketing efforts. Online sales concierge is really growing. Consulting, we're doing a lot of exciting things on the builder solution side, and really we're continuing to grow our original business model, our enterprise. We're hoping to be at 10,000 annual net sales very soon. And man, I think the future really is exciting at Homestar, and we really are looking forward to expanding into new markets. The fact that we're international now has our sights even set on how far can we take that.
Yeah. And so if someone wanted to get in touch with you to get started, how would they do that?
The best way is newhomestar.com. It's our website. We have an easy way for you our Let's Chat feature can connect you with myself or my colleague, Sandy Rogers, and we would connect with you and learn more about what you have to offer and go from there.
Great. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.